Do, 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 do. Dun, 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 dun. Ba-do, do, 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 do. Tss, ba-do, do, 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 do. Tsh, ba-do, do, 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 do. Yeah, all right. So there's my fancy schmancy Spookytoberfest 2014 graphic. Everybody, just about everybody that I've seen so far that's participating has some kind of awesome Spookytoberfest graphic, and I was like, oh, I need one. So there you go. Okay, so Spookytoberfest is underway. Oh my gosh, look at this list of participants. Today we're going to talk about them, and I'm going to give you a little bit of my thoughts on them, and I'm going to include all of these guys, all of you guys, if you're watching, on the into links in the video description so you can follow them yourself. So Old Git is doing a female sorceress and skeleton servant from the Dark Legends series, produced by Reaper Miniatures. Very cool looking, old school, kind of old pewter metal models. Very, very nice. Devil's Prodigy is doing a Terrorgeist. Oh, fantastic. One of the coolest big monsters that I've seen released when the vampire counts were redone. Even better than the Ragnarok spider, and I thought way cooler looking than the Tomb King stuff. So definitely looking forward to see what he does with that. Warchef Andi, many of you who took my July painting challenge remember him as Telebrows. He would be doing a diorama with the figure Solomon Locke from Forge World. He's an Inquisitor figure, and it was really cool. A lot of great detail. I love the fact that he's doing a diorama, and he's going to be painting it up and building it into that, so check that out. Tristan is doing a flying demon based on the familiar that comes with the Huron Blackheart figure. And he's converted a little bit, but it looks really cool. I love that little figure, the little lizard familiar creature. Very nice. IDICBeer is doing a very old, or as I like to say, classic or vintage figure from the 3rd edition Tyrannid range. It's a mix of metal and plastic Carnifex. It's very cool. I just saw one of his newer videos on it where he magnetizes the arms. He had to kind of break off the arms of it and kind of magnetize it so he can have it either with the claws or the heavy weapons. It looks really nice. Check that out. DaveTheBartender is doing a unit of Revenants by Kings of War. There's 20 of them, and he's going to be doing them from base coat to finish. My buddy Feralstryke, he is doing up Bragg the Gutsman, which is, I think, one of the cooler figures for the Ogre Kingdoms range. Dark, spooky, it's an Ogre Executioner with a giant gut blade, and it's ridiculous, but also very awesome. CheeseNinjaTabletop is doing a massive Cygor/Gorgon, plus a big box of primed up Beastmen. Very cool little collection there, so definitely check those out. GamzaTheEternal, Commissar Gamza, is doing an undead space marine, and in his first video he shows you how he's going to build it and make it, and at the end I got to the end of it and he actually almost completely painted it up. So really cool. He's got one of the most individual looking stylized armies, his American Space Marines, and this one he did the back banner was done as like the Constitution, starting off with "We the People." I thought it was pretty nice and very different. DiceMiniaturePaintGuy is doing some spooky Chaos Dwarf Skull Crusher Crazy Chain choo. It's going to be really cool. A lot of spiky bits. The last video I saw that he put up had the machine itself almost completely built up with all these spiky bits inside a box waiting to be glued on. So really looking forward to that. LeviathanPainting is doing a Demon Prince. UTLMiniatures is doing this is cool. This was a cool conversion that I saw, an Empire Knight's horse with a Tomb King top half. It kind of looks like an undead centaur. So that's a really cool idea. My buddy KenLeonhardt is doing a beautiful and evil dark sorceress on a dark Pegasus. That is going to be a very cool project that I can't wait to follow. I love looking at these old vintage figures from Games Workshop, from other ranges. Those old metal models that you hardly see. They're kind of going the way of the dodo bird. So that's very cool. Ringo Simpkins, another very cool out of print model. It's an old school Vermin Lord, and he's got a fluffy Skaven army that lives in the abandoned dwarf tunnels beneath Middenheim, or as it's known, the City of Chaos. So it's a throwback to Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 1st Edition, when the Skaven in the tunnels underneath Middenheim were a very viable threat. So I love that he's doing that. Faron Adams, the beautiful, the deadly Isabella von Karstein. And DiceMiniaturePaintGuy is doing Esmeralda, who is a dark elf sorceress. And Frank the Necromancer, who looks surprisingly like Lewis. And finally, Damn Busta is doing a Renegade Psyker kit from Forge World, the Chaos Militia. And love those sculpts. That's the one with the floating, shirtless Psyker, and the other one who's grabbing his head, and he's like, "Oh, my head, I've got the headache." So, these are all of the participants that I know of so far. Oh, wait, no, there's one more. There's Kelly Arlepou. I did not put her in this. Kelly Arlepou is doing a bust of something that looks suspiciously like a mix between Voldemort, say maybe like a zombie, and a parrot, because his mouth kind of looks like a beak. But it's a bust, and it's very, very cool. So please check that out as well. I will put that into the video description as well. And yeah, very good. So here is what a lot of people have been asking, how should I put how do I do this thing now that there are no video responses? So this is the easiest way I could think of to do it. First, title your video, Spookytoberfest 2014, something along those lines. So if anybody Googles or YouTube searches Spookytoberfest 2014, your video will pop up. If somebody just searches through YouTube Spookytoberfest, there are a lot of videos from last year, my Skin Wolf, a lot of the participants from last year's project. So I would say, to make it easier, just throw in 2014, put that right at the beginning, because YouTube uses those for their search engines. And then number 2, PM me, private message me, so I know that I can advertise your channel, add it to the list. And finally, have fun. This is this project is all about, again, building the community, getting people to be creative and to have fun throughout that month of October. And when it gets close to Halloween, the night when we get all dressed up and go out and get lots of candy and stuff, we can show off our finished projects to each other. So I think that's about it. If you have any questions, please let me know. Kelly Arlepou and Andy 2D6. I just watched his video. That guy is so twisted and weird and strange. I gotta put these. I gotta put this out. He has shaved a Barbie head and then attached the upper torso of the Barbie doll to a Chaos Defiler, and it's just unbelievable. You've got to see it. So follow the link to him below. I'll put that as well in the video description. Thank you guys so much for participating. I look forward to seeing all of your projects. And for those of you who have started, PM me, put the video up, private message me, label it Spookytoberfest 2014, and I'll try as hard as I can to get people to your channel. And yeah, just really looking forward to it. You guys, let me know again if I missed you, and happy painting.